Aging is something most men fear, not just because of the wrinkles on their skin, but because of what it represents, the slow decline of strength, clarity, and vitality. Society often reminds men that time is their enemy. Commercials urge us to buy creams, gyms sell us the promise of youth, and cultures often dismiss the older man as someone whose best days are behind him. But here's where it becomes interesting. Sigma males don't quite fit into this picture. If you've ever observed a Sigma male, whether in his 40s, 50s, or even later, you'll notice something peculiar. While others appear weighed down by life, Sigmas often carry an ageless quality. Their eyes remain sharp, their movements deliberate, and their aura surprisingly youthful. People might whisper, "He doesn't seem to age like the rest of us." But this isn't magic, nor is it about genetics alone. It's about the way Sigma males live, think, and prioritize. Where the average man burns out trying to impress, the Sigma conserves his energy. Where others drown in constant comparison, the Sigma lives quietly, at his own rhythm. This subtle difference creates a ripple effect that shapes not only the way they age on the outside, but also how they sustain vitality from within. Their secret is not in avoiding time, but in walking through it differently. In this video, we will explore 6 surprising proofs of why Sigma males don't age like everyone else. Each point isn't just theory, it reflects habits and truths that explain the quiet resilience of these men. If you've ever wondered why some men lose themselves as they grow older, while others only grow sharper, calmer, and stronger, stay with me. Let's begin. Number 1, minimal stress lifestyle. Sigma males are often described as men who live outside traditional social hierarchies, moving through life with quiet independence and purpose. One of their defining qualities is the way they avoid unnecessary drama, social climbing, and constant validation from others. While this might sound like just a personality preference, the ripple effects on their physical and mental health are significant. Science shows that when people spend less time in stressful, competitive environments, their levels of cortisol, the body's main stress hormone, tend to remain lower. Elevated cortisol, especially when chronic, is linked to premature aging, weakened immune function, and even faster deterioration of the skin and body. By sidestepping environments that fuel conflict and insecurity, Sigma males naturally protect themselves against these aging accelerators. Their simplicity is another protective shield. Research in psychology highlights how minimalism and reduced exposure to overstimulation can lower stress and promote better sleep, both of which play critical roles in maintaining youthfulness. Unlike those who constantly chase external approval, Sigma males draw satisfaction from within. This internal orientation allows their nervous systems to stay calmer, and calmer systems age more slowly. It's not magic, it's biology at work. Studies show that people with lower stress levels tend to have longer telomeres, the protective caps on DNA strands that shorten with age. Shorter telomeres are associated with faster aging, while longer ones preserve vitality. The way they live also often promotes healthier choices. Because they don't waste energy on social climbing or unnecessary appearances, they have more time for personal growth, creative pursuits, or restorative solitude. Activities like meditation, quiet reflection, or time in nature are proven to reduce oxidative stress in the body. This balance can make them look and feel younger than peers who constantly chase the next trend or fight to be seen in social hierarchies. It's not just about the absence of stress, it's about the presence of restorative living. Appearance too reflects lifestyle. Sigma males may not obsess over status symbols, but their calm approach to life often gives them a composed presence. There's a reason people say that peace of mind shows on the face. Studies from dermatology suggest that stress accelerates wrinkles and dulls the skin, while a lower stress lifestyle helps preserve elasticity and radiance. By valuing simplicity over chaos, Sigma males allow their bodies to function as they were designed, without the constant wear and tear of modern anxieties. In the end, the Sigma way of life isn't just a social archetype, it's a lifestyle that aligns closely with the principles of longevity science. Less drama, lower cortisol, and a simpler existence may not guarantee immortality, but they certainly slow the visible march of time. Their secret to not aging like the rest is not found in expensive treatments or flashy routines. It's hidden in their disciplined choice to live quietly, calmly, and authentically. Number 2, energy conservation. Unlike alphas who often burn themselves out by constantly proving dominance, sigma males operate with a very different kind of efficiency. They conserve their energy like skilled chess players who only move when it matters. This selective use of effort is not laziness, it's strategy. By avoiding unnecessary displays of power or constant competition, sigmas preserve their mental clarity and physical stamina, which in turn keeps them fresher and sharper as the years go by. Modern psychology even supports this approach. Studies on stress and burnout show that people who continuously engage in dominance struggles, whether at work, in relationships, or socially, experience higher levels of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Elevated cortisol over long periods contributes to premature aging, weakened immunity, and exhaustion. Sigma males sidestep this trap by removing themselves from the endless cycle of proving and posturing. Instead of reacting to every challenge, sigmas pick their battles carefully. They don't feel compelled to answer every insult or outperform every rival. This not only spares them unnecessary conflict, but also prevents the mental exhaustion that drains so many men locked in competitive hierarchies. Think of it like a marathon runner who learns to pace himself rather than sprinting at every opportunity. The runner who burns energy recklessly will tire early, while the one who conserves his strength has the endurance to go further. Similarly, the sigma's restraint creates longevity, both mentally and physically. Interestingly, this trait echoes wisdom found in both philosophy and biology. Stoic thinkers like Epictetus argued that energy should only be spent on things within one's control, while conserving inner peace against external distractions. In biology, the concept of allostatic load explains how constant stress wears the body down over time. By refusing to engage in constant battles for dominance, sigmas reduce their allostatic load, meaning they preserve healthier bodily systems for longer. The result is a quieter, calmer life where the mind isn't cluttered by endless conflict. Even socially, this selective energy expenditure pays off. While others may age quickly under the pressure of always needing to prove themselves, sigmas appear more composed, youthful, and centered. Their refusal to waste energy on trivial pursuits becomes their hidden advantage. They are not drained by the noise of competition, but fueled by focus. That's why, when you look at many men who embody the sigma archetype, they carry a quiet vitality that seems to resist time itself. Instead of chasing validation, they protect their energy, making them look and feel younger even as others wear themselves down. Number 3, solitude as restoration. Time spent alone is often misunderstood as isolation or loneliness, but for sigma males, solitude is a vital source of restoration. Instead of feeling empty in silence, they view it as an opportunity to recharge their inner batteries, regulate their emotions, and refine their perspective on the world. Modern psychology supports this idea. Studies show that intentional solitude reduces cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, helping to combat the long-term damage caused by chronic stress. While constant social interaction can deplete mental and emotional energy, periods of quiet reflection allow the mind to process experiences, filter out noise, and recover clarity. This restorative quality of solitude is not merely emotional, it's physical. Research in neuroscience reveals that downtime enhances the brain's default mode network, the system responsible for memory consolidation, creativity, and self-reflection. When sigmas step back from the noise, they engage this network fully, allowing new ideas to form and old wounds to heal. It's no coincidence that many great thinkers, from Nikola Tesla to Albert Einstein, credited their best insights to moments of quiet isolation. For sigmas, solitude isn't avoidance. It's a deliberate act of sharpening their mental edge. Culturally, society often equates busyness with success, pushing people to constantly engage, network, and socialize. But sigmas defy this expectation. They thrive in independence, using solitude as a reset button to protect their health and maintain emotional balance. Unlike loneliness, which is the painful absence of connection, solitude is a chosen state of alignment. It teaches them to enjoy their own company, to observe the world with detachment, and to respond to life with measured calm instead of reactive stress. Even biologically, this habit pays dividends. Studies show that people who take time for solitude often experience lower blood pressure, better sleep quality, and improved immune function. Stress unchecked wears down the body, but Sigmas who embrace solitude give themselves the space to regulate and heal. Rather than burning out in the chaos of constant interaction, they emerge clearer, calmer, and stronger. In essence, solitude is not a weakness, but a secret weapon. It allows Sigma males to refine their thoughts, conserve their energy, and maintain the quiet resilience that sets them apart. Time alone doesn't mean being lonely, it means restoring strength. And in that stillness, they find not emptiness, but renewal. Number 4, deep focus on health and discipline. Sigmas quietly value their routines, and this often becomes one of the most underrated reasons behind their longevity and resilience. Unlike men who chase extremes, swinging between intense bursts of activity and long lapses of neglect, Sigmas prefer balance. Their lives are not built on adrenaline spikes or temporary highs, but on steady rhythms that conserve energy and maintain health over time. This commitment to routine, while subtle, mirrors the principles found in psychology and health science, where consistency has been proven far more effective than sporadic effort. Take exercise, for example. Many men push themselves through brutal workout phases only to burn out and quit. Sigmas, on the other hand, see fitness as a quiet discipline. They understand that even moderate, consistent movement, whether lifting weights, walking, or practicing yoga, yields greater long-term benefits than unsustainable intensity. Modern research supports this. Studies in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research reveal that people who maintain consistent moderate training are less prone to injury and more likely to sustain results than those who oscillate between overtraining and inactivity. For Sigmas, the body is not a short-term project, but a lifelong vehicle that requires steady care. The same applies to eating habits. While some men bounce between indulgence and restriction, Sigmas lean toward mindful eating. They do not chase the latest diet fads or starve themselves into temporary results. Instead, they quietly pay attention to balance, lean proteins, whole foods, and enough nutrients to fuel both body and mind. Nutrition science backs this up, showing that long-term adherence to balanced diets has a greater impact on lifespan and health span than yo-yo dieting, which can stress metabolism and even shorten life expectancy. Sigmas grasp this naturally, valuing quiet discipline over loud extremes. Rest is another overlooked factor. In a culture that glorifies hustle, many men wear sleep deprivation as a badge of honor, but Sigmas resist this trap. They recognize that deep rest, mental recovery, and quiet solitude are not signs of weakness but of wisdom. Neuroscience consistently proves that quality sleep strengthens memory, sharpens focus, and even slows down cellular aging. Sigmas may not boast about their rest, but it becomes one of their hidden advantages, allowing them to outlast peers who burn out from exhaustion. What makes this discipline fascinating is that it is rarely performed for show. Unlike the alpha, who might post his workout or diet routine online, Sigmas do these things quietly without seeking applause. The reward is not external validation, but internal stability. Over years, this quiet consistency compounds. While others fade from the wear and tear of extremes, the Sigma male often seems to age more gracefully. His strength, calmness, and vitality are not the result of luck, but of a lifestyle rooted in balance, discipline, and respect for longevity. Number 5, emotional detachment. One of the most overlooked secrets to longevity and vitality lies not in supplements or expensive treatments, but in how we handle our emotions. Men who learn to detach from unnecessary grudges and emotional baggage often display a youthful energy that others find difficult to explain. This ability to release what doesn't serve them acts as a protective shield against the silent yet destructive force of chronic stress. Science backs this up. Long-term exposure to stress hormones like cortisol accelerates the breakdown of cells, weakens the immune system, and even shortens telomeres, the protective caps on our DNA that determine how quickly we age. By not carrying old resentments, these men effectively preserve their internal systems, keeping body and mind younger for longer. Think about it. Holding on to grudges requires constant mental rehearsal. Every time a person replays a past hurt, the body reacts as if it were happening again. Heart rate increases, blood pressure rises, and inflammatory responses are triggered. Over months and years, this takes a heavy toll. Studies in psychoneuroimmunology show that individuals who struggle with forgiveness tend to suffer from higher rates of heart disease, anxiety, and even premature aging. On the other hand, those who practice emotional detachment and forgiveness display lower stress markers and healthier overall well-being. This doesn't mean they are cold or indifferent. Instead, they recognize the futility of dwelling on what cannot be changed. Many men who adopt this mindset align closely with philosophies like Stoicism, which teaches that we cannot control the actions of others, only our response to them. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That strength is not only mental but also physical. By letting go, they prevent toxic emotions from hardwiring themselves into their nervous system. There is also a social dimension to this phenomenon. Men who don't carry grudges project calmness, maturity, and resilience. They are not easily shaken by conflict, which in turn reduces the stress of those around them. This ability to stabilize social environments means fewer arguments, fewer resentments, and fewer stress triggers. It's a cycle that reinforces itself. Less stress leads to healthier interactions, which leads to even less stress. Modern research into mindfulness and meditation further supports this truth. Mindfulness practices train the brain to observe thoughts without judgment, allowing negative emotions to pass rather than take root. Brain imaging has revealed that regular meditation can reduce the size of the amygdala, the brain's fear and stress center, while strengthening the prefrontal cortex, which governs rational thinking and emotional regulation. Men who live with this kind of discipline, whether consciously or naturally, cultivate not only emotional stability but also biological youthfulness. In the end, their secret is simple. By refusing to let anger or bitterness live rent-free in their minds, they make room for peace, clarity, and vitality. And while others may spend fortunes chasing youth through external means, these men discover that the most effective anti-aging practice is an internal one: detachment from unnecessary burdens. Number 6, timeless inner confidence. Sigma males carry a quiet strength that seems to defy time. Unlike many who scramble to preserve youth as though aging is a threat to relevance, Sigma men tend to approach the process with remarkable calm. Their value system does not depend on outward appearance or cultural markers of youth. Instead, their self-worth is built on independence, inner growth, and self-mastery. This mindset allows them to embrace each stage of life as an opportunity for refinement rather than decline. In a world where billions are spent on anti-aging products, cosmetic procedures, and social validation, the Sigma's refusal to chase these external reinforcements makes him stand out even more. He is proof that relevance isn't something you purchase or cling to, it's something you embody. From a psychological perspective, confidence has been linked to perceptions of attractiveness and vitality more than youth itself. Studies in social psychology show that people with higher self-esteem and a secure identity are perceived as more magnetic, regardless of their age. This principle aligns with the Sigma way of life. Because he doesn't measure his worth against shifting trends or peer validation, his confidence grows steadier with time. Ironically, while many fear the years will make them invisible, the Sigma's quiet assurance makes him appear stronger, sharper, and more composed the older he gets. History and literature also reflect this idea. Think of figures like Marcus Aurelius or Ernest Hemingway, men whose wisdom and presence only deepened with age. Their appeal wasn't tied to youthful charm, but to a gravitas earned over years of solitude, reflection, and discipline. Similarly, modern cultural psychology acknowledges that maturity often brings greater emotional regulation. For a Sigma male who already thrives on introspection and detachment from unnecessary drama, aging amplifies these qualities rather than diminishes them. He becomes less reactive, more deliberate, and more magnetic in his calmness. Biologically, too, the Sigma advantage shows. Chronic stress and the endless chase for validation are well-documented contributors to premature aging, raising cortisol levels, weakening immunity, and even accelerating wrinkles and hair loss. Sigma men who avoid constant social comparison and rarely feel compelled to prove themselves naturally sidestep much of this wear and tear. Their chosen lifestyle of independence often shields them from the stresses that erode vitality in others. In this sense, their mindset becomes a kind of anti-aging strategy, not because they resist time, but because they live in harmony with it. In the end, Sigma males remind us of a timeless truth. Relevance does not come from clinging to youth, but from embracing growth. Their calm confidence, untethered from society's obsession with appearances, radiates outward like a quiet flame. Instead of fading with age, they sharpen, becoming more defined, more authentic, and more impactful. While others chase the illusion of staying young, the Sigma walks steadily into each season of life, proving that strength, wisdom, and presence never grow old. Aging is inevitable. The years will move, seasons will change, and our bodies will eventually show the passage of time. But how we carry those years is not the same for everyone. Sigma males, by stepping away from constant comparison and unnecessary conflict, naturally protect themselves from the things that age most men prematurely. It isn't about creams, supplements, or secrets. It's about rhythm, a different way of living. Less noise, less pressure, more solitude, more purpose. In choosing simplicity, in guarding their peace, Sigma males unknowingly choose youth, not just in appearance, but in energy, in presence, and in the way they stand in a room. So if you ever wondered why some men grow old before their time while others seem untouched by it, remember this: it is not always the years themselves that age us, but the weight we carry with them. Sigmas carry less of that weight, and that makes all the difference. Take this as a quiet reminder for yourself. You don't need to live like everyone else. You don't need to age like everyone else. By protecting your mind, by embracing solitude, by living with purpose, you too can walk through time with grace, strength, and a presence that seems to outlast the years.